Houston, we have Kevin Durant, trademark. KD moving from the Suns to the Rockets for Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, the 10th overall pick, and 5 second-round picks, which I found strange. If this sounds familiar, it's because you saw this graphic on this very show 7 days ago.
Good call.
Thank you.
Nick, your reaction to this move that you predicted.
Well, listen, I understand, and I don't want to be rude to the NBA front offices that have been blowing up my phone. I love these guys. I love this job too much. I'm flattered, and obviously I could do the job. Yeah. But I like my life here in New York.
Sam Presti tried to get Windhorst. Do you see that?
Of course, yeah, exactly. Listen,
it's happened before.
It's happened plenty of times. And
Jenkins,
but I'm here to tell you guys, I'm here for you guys.
Oh, thanks.
More importantly, though, I think I'll pick them to win the West.
Really?
I think they have a great blend of what we've seen works right now in the NBA, which is, you talked about the defense, bang. High-level coaching, no doubt about it. Depth, and a guy who can get you a guaranteed 25-plus, which Kevin Durant still is. Like, there's no question about it. And the fact that they were able to get him and give up, in my opinion, very little. Wow. I think, like, look at their 9-man next year. So this is my projected top line is their starting 5. Fred VanVleet, Amen Thompson, who might take a huge leap.
Yep.
Durant, Jabari Smith Jr., who's a top 3 pick, Şengün, and then I think really good depth. Tari Eason would start on a bunch of teams. Reed Shepard's the X factor, but he was a top 5 pick last year. Udoka just wouldn't play him because he couldn't defend.
Yeah,
but I would. But so now all of a sudden, if we assume
did Steven Adams shave his head? Did I miss?
No, it's in a ponytail.
Oh my goodness gracious! I was like, oh.
But they went from a team that didn't have any shot making really, aside from VanVleet at times, to KD, who's one of the greatest shot makers ever. And I'm going to include 20 minutes a game from Reed Shepard, who was drafted because of shot making.
Right, is he, like you said, we'll see if he can take the jump.
Right, but
defensively, if he can't defend, it might be hard.
I get that, but nobody saw him go in the top 5 and was like, what are they doing?
I like him a lot.
I like him a lot too. So I think that all of a sudden, that is a complete, deep, well-rounded team that makes a lot of sense. And so I think it's, and again, they made it to 7 against Golden State Brew with the guy who Durant's replacing, giving you 13 points per game on 37, 29, 67 splits.
And he had that one good game.
Yeah, right. He had 37 or whatever in the one game.
Like it was 4.
Right. And so I love it.
I like it for both teams. A lot of people, I don't know if you're saying this, Nick, don't think Phoenix got back a decent offer. I knew they weren't going to get,
No, I think it was a perfect trade. I suggested.
I think, look, Jalen Green, I get it. He is very raw. But he led a 50-win team in scoring. Şengün didn't lead the team in scoring. He led them in scoring. And he is not yet a very good shooter. Like, I think he's going to improve. I think a lot of these guys are going to improve their three-point shooting because you really have to in today's game. So he shot 35. He's the one shot 35% this year. I think he'll improve that. Dillon Brooks, look, I like his attitude. I think some teams need that. I think that's a loss for Houston.
I agree.
Losing that kind of, whether he's a tough guy or not, he acts like a tough guy. And in the NBA, he's one of the tough guys or whatever. So I think that's good. And then obviously they get the 10th pick. And the other stuff, like you said, that'll facilitate future trades. I do think Houston improved, but I still would go with OKC over them. Because I think, and we saw it when KD was in Brooklyn against Boston with Udoka coaching for the Celtics. We saw it 2 years ago when KD and the Suns played Denver and Aaron Gordon got physical with him. I think physical defense bothers Durant. And now he's going to get his 27 plus or 25 or whatever, but it won't be as efficient, and he'll have a lot of turnovers with it. So that's why I think OKC will be all up in him, and I think that'll bother him a little bit. But I do think they're legit contenders, and they have a great shot. And what I like, and we kind of went back and forth on this, they actually do, because I was saying I would save my assets for Giannis. They actually still have enough assets if they wanted to get Giannis whenever he becomes available. Milwaukee's not even answering the phone on Giannis trades right now. But when he becomes available, which he will, because I don't see Milwaukee being very good, you'd have to give up Şengün. But Şengün plays like a much lesser version of Giannis. He doesn't shoot outside. He's inside.
I also don't know that you'd have to give up Şengün.
I don't feel like I need. But if I'm Milwaukee, that's the only way you're getting him is if you give up Şengün, because I want a young star. But I just don't know that they'd even need both, because neither of them can shoot.
Right.
And so do I want to play them together? And they're both kind of playmakers, Giannis and Şengün. So I just think it's a perfect, replacement for Şengün.
I have two things. One, knock on KD. Oh, he's not a leader. I think this is a great test of his leadership. A bunch of young guys who can all develop in different ways. And if all these guys got a little better, if Şengün got a little bit better, if Amen Thompson got a little bit better, if Tari Eason got a little bit better, develop a little different game, I think this would be a nice sort of notch on his leadership
I don't
belt.
think he's going to do a great job of leading them. I just don't think that's who he is. But I think Van Vliet has some leadership abilities.
I think Van Vliet got as far as you can go.
And Udoka
the second one is very
one?
important.
Yeah.
You cannot have the Rockets. Just try to throw it away like, well, I think I'm going to take it. What?
We can pick them.
No, you can't.
You can't pick the Rockets to win the West?
You can't pick. Here's the teams you can't pick. The Patriots, the Red Sox, and the Rockets. Those are my teams.
Hold on.
I've gone through this.
Did you pick the Rockets?
No,
But the Rockets are obviously. I cannot be watching.
Listen.
League Pass on a Tuesday, watching Tari Eason go for 12 points. And you guys just parachute in and be like, I like the Rockets.
Hold on.
Everyone knows that.
He's just saying he's the Rockets guy.
Everyone knows that.
Everybody knows that. Here's the problem. I have seen the future. And the future is you're going to go into next year and be like, you know who's going to win the championship? The team that won the last one.
How much pressure is Kate? I didn't get it. People are dictating it, but he has a say in it?
I think he was saying that sometimes you're in a position where other people can dictate it. He was happy that in this situation he was able to dictate it.
Sorry.
I think that's what
How much pressure is on KD to win in Houston?
I think I'm going to surprise you guys.
Okay.
None.
Wow. None?
This is a low-key diss.
No, it's not. Pressure is about expectations. And I think KD has lowered the expectations for, like, you heard the expression once bitten, twice shy?
Yeah.
I'm twice bitten, once shy with KD. Okay. When he went to Brooklyn, I declared they were going to win a championship. And I know that all wasn't his fault, for sure. But when they went to Phoenix, I don't know if I was on the show, but I said after that trade was made on the Odd Couple radio show, they're going to win a championship. Yeah. And now look at them.
When he went to Phoenix?
Yes, they had Devin Booker. They had DeAndre Ayton.
We were definitively on the show.
Oh, okay.
We were on the show when he was on the Nets.
I don't remember saying, oh, you're right. I don't remember saying it on the air.
2 years.
I don't know if I picked them. Like when we picked before the season, but I thought they were going to win the championship. And they didn't. And so now I have to see it to believe it. This is a very good team he's gone to. But KD also has taught, I don't think he's obsessed with winning. I think he wants to win, no doubt about that. But I don't think he's obsessed with it. And so I just feel like if KD goes there, and they go out in the second round. Is anybody killing KD?
No, but I
think he's got a lot to gain.
Yes.
I think he got a ton to gain.
That's a good take.
He's in a no-lose situation. I don't think the only way he can lose in this situation is if they go backwards, either lose in the first round again, don't even go 7 or something like that.
But even then, it doesn't hurt him that much.
He is in a no-lose situation. He'll gain a ton. He'll erase those mental asterisks that some people have by his Warriors championships. But I don't think there's pressure.
So I think there is pressure to, like you said, not have the team be worse.
If they go backwards,
right.
I mean, my goodness.
But here is, and it seems like I'm right now higher on Durant than you, maybe a bit. But the truth is, since he's left Golden State, while his individual play has been excellent, it's just 2020, throw it out. 2021, he was unbelievable in that Bucks series. He had averaged like 35, 10, and 5. That was the toe on the line game series. But other than that, they haven't been close at all ever. None of those teams were close.
That's what I mean by lowering that.
And so, if we just show, Dust, if we could quickly, KD before the Warriors. Because think about, yes, they never won a championship. But he just lived in the conference finals, at least. Like 4 of the 6 years, he's at least in the conference finals or NBA finals. I expect the Rockets to be one of the final 4 teams remaining. And then we'll, you know what I mean? Then we'll see from there. But so I do think, like Bruce said, it's less about what he can lose and more about what he can gain. And I think it's on the board he does it. I think he's still a definitive top 10 player.
If they win the championship, he inches toward that top 10.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.